Hi everyone. I think this is like my second live stream, but today I just kind of wanted to talk about my truck, and I did get a new piano. I'll tell you a little bit about that, but I'll just wait until we get some people on here um, before I really start up here. I got a thing of water here to just clean the piano, but I'm just gonna go see if I can find any like cleaner or anything like that. I got these wipes. I don't know what I really want to use on here. Okay, we got 18 people on. So, yeah, I guess I'll just start out with the truck. Haven't heard anything from insurance or anything like that. They haven't got back to me, which is pretty disappointing. Um, I think I've heard rumors that they've towed the truck already. I haven't been back out there because that's like an hour and a half, maybe, hour and 20 minutes away from where I am here in Kerrobert. So, yeah, I haven't been back out there, but uh, everyone's just saying hi. Hi, Coco Joe. Anybody got questions for me? Like, what else? I'll just kind of mentally go through questions I was getting on the comments there. I had so many comments that, and I've been pretty busy lately. I apologize if I haven't answered your question or whatever, but I have been kind of reading through them, just skimming over them in my spare time, and I'll just kind of answer some of the more common. Do you have a suspect? No. That's another thing I wanted to bring up about a lot of people were saying that they think I'm being targeted, and I don't think that's the case. Like when my truck got broke into in Lloydminster, that's just a common occurrence there. Every vehicle, people go around and check them every night. I'm sure every vehicle in that area got checked. That's what the police told me, that it's really bad there. So definitely wasn't being targeted then. And this time, obviously, I don't think I was being targeted. The town of Kerrobert was actually hit really hard that night. We don't usually have crime here, like it's a really safe town. And that night, there was dozens of reports of vehicles being broke into. One of the things that I heard a lot of was they were taking the keys out of the vehicles and not actually stealing the vehicle itself. So I'm not sure what the deal is there. How did the keys land up in the truck? So yeah, a lot of people are asking why my keys were in the truck. I know a lot of you aren't gonna understand this, and you probably, some of you might if you're from a small town, but when you live in a small town that's safe like Kerrobert, you feel safe leaving your keys in your truck. And I know it sounds really irresponsible, but that's just the way of life in this area. And I know a lot of you, like, you can hear what I'm saying, but you'll never actually understand it. But that's just the way things go around here. So there's another question. I can't turn my volume on as I'm in a doctor's office. No, this isn't the Potter's House piano. That piano, it was nice and everything, but to move it would have been a lot of work for me. It would have had to go down the stairs, and I just didn't want to risk breaking it. And that piano, like, personally, I think that kind of belongs in Mary's house. Like, I didn't really want to take that. But while I'm thinking of it, this piano, oh yeah, Laurel Travis, yeah, definitely. Leaving your keys in your truck, that's just what you do in a rural area. Um, it was locked though. I'm sure I locked it. But the way that I think they were getting in, at least what I heard from other people, is I think they were either slim jimming them or they had a device that compromises the keyless entry or something like that. Um, because that's what everybody else was saying, that they had their vehicles locked. If you follow the Passive House series, my boss Colin actually had his truck broke into as well. So, and his was locked, and they didn't take anything out of his, but they were in it. So, yeah, just dozens of people around town had their vehicles broke into. There was one other truck in Kerrobert that got stolen, and another one from Tramping Lake, a town just 10 minutes away. So, yeah. And as for the town being safe, like, I think it's a safe town, but there's people from elsewhere, not gonna name where, but they're coming to these small towns that they know that people think they're safe, and they target them and just terrorize them. So, yeah, that's just too bad. But back to the piano though. So this, I just picked it up yesterday. It came from a nice couple. They actually had a fire situation with them too. Some kids were shooting fireworks in the neighborhood and lit their house on fire. So this piano survived the fire, and it was in the house. They just gave it to me for free, but I know a lot of you, I'm sure the people who are watching know, follow Joshua Alexander as well. If you don't, if you're from the Passive House series and don't know who I'm talking about, go check out Joshua Alexander on YouTube. He kind of does a lot of the stuff that I do, except way better. He's an artist and he makes all sorts of cool projects. He does carpentry and stuff as well. But he did a little live stream talking about my truck and what happened and everything. And some people actually super chatted him money to give to me, which if you're watching and you donated, you didn't have to do that. But I decided with that money to pay it forward. So this nice couple that gave me this piano, I donated them some of that money. I gave them $100 because I would have given them everything, but I didn't have that much cash on me, and I can't go get cash because all my cards and stuff are burnt, and it was the weekend, so there was no banks open. But yeah, that's basically how I acquired this. And my dad and my brother helped me, and they had some people there. We all just put it on a dolly and kind of muscled it into the trailer and moved it in here just about a half hour ago or so. But it's still really cold. It's about minus 25 Celsius out right now. And I know that's probably not good for this. I tried to cool the house down a little bit before I brought it in. I was gonna drop the temperature last night so it wouldn't be such a massive adjustment, because I'm kind of worried about the soundboard with expansion and contraction. So, yeah, it's cold sitting beside this. I can feel the cold. It's actually dropped the temperature of the house by 3 degrees Celsius. It was at 19 before I brought it in, and it's at 16 now. So, yeah, there's a lot of cold coming from this. As I open the top of it there, I can feel the cold from the bottom here. Oh yeah, that's like a freezer opening that up. Yeah, there's frost forming on the soundboard, which I'm sure is not good for it. But it's relatively in tune. I guess I could play you guys something just to show it off a little bit. Yeah, so they say they just had it tuned. Play the Journey song you played at the Potter's house, sure. Give that one a try. Leave the door open so it won't condensate. Okay, yeah, I can try that, but my reason for leaving everything closed was so it would stay cold in there longer, so it wouldn't be such a drastic temperature change for the soundboard. I don't know if I'm onto something there, or if I'm just not knowing what I'm sure I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's just my theory at least. Yeah, so does anyone have any questions for me? I was just gonna clean this. I brought the water over. I just used a bowl with water because I don't know if I really want to use any soap or anything, whether that would wreck the wood. This thing's in pretty rough shape to begin with, so I don't know. It is really nice though. I don't think I would want to refinish it. Do you know the age of the piano? The patent date, patented March 27th, 1900. So I don't know what the actual manufacture date would be. Any new plans for what to work on next? Yeah, I kind of wanted to do another door for the house here. Love the Passive House series. Sorry, I can't read very fast. I'll answer the question, what am I going to do for work next? I'm actually really fortunate. That's why I didn't want anybody to donate me any money or something, because I don't need it. There's a lot of people who need money more than me. I'm fortunate enough to have a really good job. Like, I'm employed, I'm not self-employed. I mean, I just do YouTube on the side. That's not my main source of income. My job is with Agora Construction, the Passive House series. That's me at my job. We are filming that series just to get it out there. We're just doing it on my channel because I have quite a few followers and I can get it out there. So that's why we're doing that. So I'll just keep working, like me doing side jobs and stuff like that. I don't really have any tools right now, so that's not really going to be happening. But I'll try to. Is it difficult to put? Yeah, well, I didn't really understand. Can I go back? I don't really know. Oh, is it difficult to learn how to play piano? Well, the thing is, I don't really know how to play piano. Like, I never took lessons or anything. I just go on YouTube and watch other people do it and just mimic what they're doing and just kind of memorize the songs they're playing. So I don't like know anything about music. Like, I'm not a musician by any means. I just do this for fun because I kind of like doing it. And I think pianos look really cool. They're beautiful pieces of furniture. Do you play by ear? I have figured out, I don't know if anybody knows the song Coyotes by Don Edwards. It's a really nice song. But there's like no tutorials on how to play that. So I figured that one out by ear. Let's see if I still remember it. Okay, there I go. Yes, I am wearing a poppy for Armistice Day. I imagine these are the Canadian poppies. If anyone's on here from the US, can you just tell me, like, do you guys wear poppies there? Like, do they have something like that for Veterans Day? Because I don't really know. Um, I know like the UK and Australia and everywhere kind of in the British Commonwealth kind of has their own version of a poppy, but I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, people are saying, yeah, we wear poppies for Veterans Day. Yeah, I know what the poppies in the UK look like. They're kind of interesting. Yeah, I know in the UK and Canada they're really big, but yeah, okay, so that answered my question. Um, but yeah, what else? Okay, Murphy's oil. Soap, you say I should use soap? They're a little different. Okay, I'll have to take some of these suggestions. I'll just kind of read through these just a little bit here. Okay, Murphy's oil. I'll have to keep that in mind. Oh, this chair. Okay. This came from a garage sale. I got this at the lake. Just an old office chair, I guess. It's got the, I'm not sure if you can see that sticker. I think I paid $25 for it, 20 or 25. Yeah, and the lady said that there's a stool for this piano, but it's buried somewhere in their garage, and she's gonna let me know whenever she finds it. Um, yeah, so there is a stool for this piano. I'm not just gonna use an office chair forever, but yeah. Oh yeah, there's frost forming on the back of the lid. Yeah, it's got a really nice lid, nice grain to the wood. On the other side of it there's a big scratch. Let's see. I'll give you 30 for the chair. That's what it was actually listed for, I think, but I offered for 20. So, and they took that offer, so I'll keep cleaning this. It's got quite a bit of dust on it, like down in these cracks here. I don't really know how to get that out. I don't want to stay away from the camera for too long because I'll miss the questions. But I'll just try and mentally think here what other questions I was getting. Yeah, I noticed a lot of people are, I don't know whether to call it I'm not really much for conspiracy theories. I don't think anybody's targeting me. You know, obviously, people might be jealous that I have a YouTube channel and do somewhat well with that, but I don't know. Oh, and that's another thing I wanted to say. This isn't really for any like real subscribers, but I know some local people from Kerrobert here follow me, and this is more of just a message directed towards them. But I was hearing that I'm not going to name any names. I'm not ready to go that far yet, but they might be watching right now, so but anyways, I was hearing that some people think that me doing YouTube is a waste of time, and they're bashing my channel and everything like that. So what I want to say about that is this channel was never intended to be for anybody local here. Originally, I kind of tried to just keep this a secret. Like, I'm doing this to help other people and show them things and everything like that, like just kind of spread my knowledge and entertain people or whatever, so, it was never intended to be for locals because I know everyone here, I don't know how to describe it. People from Kerrobert are really stuck up and um, salty. Um, I don't know how to say it. Um, I know it's probably just a me problem. Like, I'm weird and everything, you know? So I can see how people uh, wouldn't like what I do or really. But yeah, what am I trying to say? I don't know. Other people are fairly uninteresting, everyone from around here. And I think, you know, it might have something to do with jealousy, and it might have something to do with just being stuck up. I'm thinking that's what it is. They're too proud of their thoughts and what they're doing to actually realize that they'd be jealous. Um, but anyways, I don't know how you could think me doing YouTube is a waste of time. Um, because I'm monetized, I make money off of this, and I'm not going to get into the details, but just so you know, it's enough money to make it worth my while. Let's just say that. Um, so, I don't know, it could have something to do with jealousy that I make money off of making cheesy videos and posting them on the internet, but um, I don't know. Um, and you know, like around here, being a YouTuber isn't that common. Um, I don't think there's anybody from around here who has a channel the size of mine or anything like that, you know? Like, I'd say the next biggest YouTuber in 100-mile radius would be my brother, the Prairie Dunker. Also, if you haven't checked his channel out, go check him out. Prairie Dunker is his channel. He does podcasts and kind of motivational stuff like that. He does some basketball stuff, but just kind of like self-help stuff like that. And he does a podcast, and he's gonna have me as a guest on the podcast, kind of using this truck theft as a segue into discussion, and I guess kind of the struggles I've had and stuff like that, and how to overcome challenges and stuff like that. So we're gonna film that today or tomorrow maybe, and he'll have that out soon. So yeah, if you don't go follow him, because he's definitely good at what he does. I'd say he's better at YouTube than me. So, but yeah, what else was I gonna say? But, I mean, going back to the comment of me wasting my time, like, I don't care about those comments. I actually like when people bash me like that, because it just motivates me to work harder to achieve what exactly they don't want me to achieve. And, you know, okay, I don't know how to get that dust way down in there. But, yeah, I forget what I was gonna say. Um, yeah, like again, the channel was never intended for them. So, and like I don't care. Like, you know, the local people, like nobody around here is genuinely interested in what I do. They all just watch for a joke, I think. But yeah, like tried to just keep the channel on the down low, but then I think it was the video I did of the Windsor Hotel. something got shared on Facebook that maybe shouldn't have been shared or whatever. I don't care now. But at that point, then everybody local was discovering my channel, and at that point I just had to embrace it. So I was like, oh, whatever. I don't care what people think anymore. If they think I'm weird for doing this, whatever. They thought I was weird before, so might as well take advantage of it. So yeah, that's my rant for Kerrobert people. But I mean, everyone from town, there's lots of good people in town, but there's a lot of people who I just don't see eye to eye with in their philosophy on life, but that's the way things go, I guess. Yeah, I gotta get something like sharp to dig into this cloth and get some of that dust out of there. Okay, any questions? I'm just gonna kind of go back and go through this. Okay, this David Westminster can get out of here. Okay, somebody's taken over my comments here. Oh, I'm just gonna go report this guy right now. Hate speech, let's do that. Report. Okay, other people reported him. Okay, I turned on the flag inappropriate comments, but I guess that doesn't really work. Wash this cloth off and start again. How many people do we have on? 213. That's decent. I kind of like this chair, being able to just swivel around. Okay, I'm just gonna stop rambling here and see if I can answer some questions. I should take a vacation. Yeah, I probably need a vacation. It's cold here right now, and not to leave the piano alone. Okay, sorry. Is Cut Knife a good place to live? I wouldn't think so. I'm not gonna speak on other towns though, because I'm not here to bash. Oh, somebody super chatted me, did they? Oh, thank you for that. You don't have to super chat me. Who is my favorite YouTuber? I don't know if I really have a favorite. You know, for carpentry and stuff like that, I'd have to say probably The Essential Craftsman. But I don't know. Curiosity Inc. He's pretty good. Josh, he's pretty good. I watch a lot of his videos. Who else? Who else do I watch on a regular basis? The Crazy Framer, I think I've mentioned him in my videos before. He's kind of like me. He just does kind of cheesy videos. I shouldn't say cheesy, but I mean, they're informative. Okay, what else? Yeah, so, am I supposed to answer these super chats? I don't really know how they work. Weird is good. Yeah, I guess so. What else? Oh, question about my hair. Are you going to grow your hair long again? The style looks good. Eventually in life, I probably will. I think like when I'm old, like general. Oh, what's your brother's channel? Prairie Dunker. Just sound it out. I can't spell out loud, but it's just Prairie Space Dunker. Yeah, but back to my hair. Yeah, probably eventually I'll grow it long again. Yes, Prairie Dunker, exactly how it's spelt right there. He's also got a merch site too, so he actually did some pretty cool designs. If you're from Saskatchewan, you'll know what the Saskatchewan wheat pool is. It was painted on grain elevators in every town, and it was just kind of a diamond thing, and it said pool in it. And that's kind of long gone now. Went with the Canadian Wheat Board in 04, I think, or 06, something like that. 06, I think. But anyways, he did a logo that looks like the wheat pool because that's kind of a prairie thing. And he put dunk in it. And those are really cool hoodies. As soon as I get my credit card back and I can order stuff, I'll probably order one. How old is the piano? Yeah, okay, there's a lot more people on now since I first explained this. We're at 2:38. The patent date on the piano is March 27th, 1900. So I don't know actually how old that is, but okay, what is this? Oh, that's Canadian funds. That's what that means. So okay, the $9.99 was in American dollars. I get it. Okay, let me just scroll back in the comments. Murphy's Soap. Okay, I've never heard of that. I'm gonna have to. Are you near Edmonton? Kerrobert is about 4 hours from Edmonton. Take that wet rag off the piano. Good tip. Just sub to your brother. I love your hair short. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like my hair short, I guess. Because it looks more normal. I don't know. I like my hair long though. Hello from Dubai. Wow. I like my hair long though because just how easy it is to maintain. Like you don't have to wear a hat at work. Check out YouTuber April, a woodworker. Okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out. I like it long because you don't have to wear a hat at work. You just tie it back and it's not blowing around in your face. It's never messy. Stuff like that. But yeah, that was the last live stream I did was cutting my hair. My watch is always on. That's why it looks like that. But yeah, what else? Any other questions? Hello from Wisconsin. Favorite music? If you watch the Potter's House or the Passive House series, a lot of the times I wear t-shirts from old 80s bands, like 80s rock bands, April Wine, Trooper, Boston, Prism, Honeymoon Suite, Meatloaf, like others. BTO, yeah, I like some of their songs. What else? Anything, I'll play a little piece of some REO Speedwagon. Anybody knows what that song is? Put it in the comments. What else? How long have I been going for? 35 minutes. Okay, let me just think back to some other questions that were in the comments before. Yeah, why were the keys? I addressed that. Do you know Come Sail Away? Let's see if I can remember it. Oh, where do I even start? Something like that. I totally forget how it goes. Oh, I think I'm close. Okay, that's as close as I'm gonna get. Start on an E. Okay. I think I got it kind of close. Keep on Loving You. Yeah, that's the song that was. Okay, yeah, I guess a lot of people are probably on since I played Journey last. What else do I even know? I have to think. Does anybody like The Doors? This is kind of... Anybody know that one? Can you sing? No, I cannot sing. I refuse to even attempt. Yeah, what else? Any questions? Get the piano tuned. Is it... They told me it was tuned. It sounds okay to me. Do I know any Queen? Light My Fire? Yeah, that's what that was. Some of these keys are a bit sticky, so it's kind of hard. I'm still getting used to this. Like, I've never really played... No, I don't know any David Bowie. I've never really played... I've only played on a real piano a handful of times, and it's very different than Don't Play Queen or YouTube will give you copyright. Hopefully it doesn't sound real enough. If this is out of tune, like you guys are saying, it sounds fine to me. Like, they said it was just tuned, but I'm not a musician, so I don't have, like, the proper ear for every key. But yeah, it resonates really good in the house. Like, the acoustics are really nice. I'm very sensitive to tone. What is... Oh, no, I don't want to... Why did I click on that? And it seems pretty in tune. It's pretty cold. Yeah, that's one of the things I thought. Since it's so cold, like the soundboard, the cast iron soundboard, I think is what it's made of, is like probably it's still at like minus 20 degrees Celsius right now. And because it's such a big thermal mass, it's going to take a long time for it to change temperature back to room temperature. So, can I play Mario or Final Fantasy? No, I can't play any of that. Recap about my truck. Okay. Yeah, that I don't think the audio of the piano is gonna come across as rich as it is in the room here. So recap about my truck because we'll have a lot of new people on. So no new information yet. I'm actually really disappointed that SGI hasn't contacted me. Like, I made the claim before I even knew that the truck was burnt yet. I got sent a picture from somebody who was asking if this was my truck, and I knew right away that it was, because what are the chances that there's going to be another like truck with that body style burnt found that morning? So like I couldn't even, like, it looked white, but I didn't know. I couldn't tell if it was a platinum or not because the picture was so blurry. But yeah, I kind of knew right away that that was my truck. And I was like, well, did they take anything out? Like, I'm kind of glad that they did take the stuff out because, like, I know it sounds dumb, but like at least they'll get to use it, you know? Like, it's not just a total waste. Like, the stuff will still be used and not just burnt. But yeah, I'm sure you watched the video, but I did find my DeLugie hammerhead. I put a new handle kind of on it just to test it out, and it is really soft. Like, I haven't really pounded on anything, but I think I'm gonna have to heat it up, throw it in a fire, get it red hot, and quench it again. I don't really know. I'm not a blacksmith, so I don't really know how that all works, but that's something I could try. Somebody tell me if that's not gonna work because I don't really know. But yeah, haven't heard anything back from insurance. It's been like, it's Monday today. The truck got stolen on Wednesday. Like, I submitted the claim Wednesday. Yeah, I do think Mary's piano should stay in the house. That's kind of where it belongs. I wouldn't really feel right taking that out of there. And plus, it would be hard to take it. Like, I don't want to have to haul a piano, a 600-pound piano, down a flight of stairs. Like, you'll risk dropping it, and yeah, that's just not really a risk I wanted to take. But yeah, very disappointed with the insurance that they haven't even contacted me yet. Like, I'm sure they have my truck. It's probably not still sitting in the ditch. Like, I think that they should be contacting me before they tow it. But that's just me being salty and angry, but whatever. Hopefully they give me a good number for it. And my plan is to buy an even nicer truck. Tools, I'm not going to replace, at least for now. I'm tired of replacing that stuff. Insurance, get your money, hard to pay out when you need help. Yeah, but yeah, not gonna replace the tools now, at least. I'm gonna put all that money towards a truck, one that doesn't have issues like mine did. Like, my truck, it was a platinum and everything, and that's one of the things that Josh was saying, like, on his live stream there, that like I have all the nicest stuff, which is true. Like, I do. I try to buy everything of the highest quality. Like, if I'm working, like, and it's it seems almost weird that the majority of the stuff that I spend my money on just goes back into what, like, work. Like, I'll buy tools and stuff like that. But yeah, like, can you move to another place? Yeah, that was another question. People were telling me to move. I don't really want to move. Like, I could never live in a city. That's just a non-option. Like, ideally, I'd like to move out to a farm. And then, because, well, those don't get hit very often, but when they do, they get hit hard. So that's kind of the scary thing, and then you're far away from um, law enforcement and everything like that. So yeah, I just don't really, yeah, I don't know. Kerrobert's a fairly safe town. I mean, it's just the once in a decade time when some scums decide to come in and terrorize everyone here. But I'm sure, I hope they stay away now because everybody will be locking their stuff up. Oh yeah, people are saying, why do I leave my tools in my truck? Okay, if you watched my philosophy on safety video, I said I'm lazy. And kind of what I mean by that is I don't like doing things that don't need to be done. Like if there's an easier way to do something, that's what I'll do. So keeping my tools in my truck, house next to Josh that was for sale. Okay. Well, I don't really have the money to buy a house right now, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, the reason I keep my tools in my truck is because if they're not in my truck, I'm never going to use them. So, like, and that's the thing. Like, if I get a new truck, it's going to be a personal vehicle. I'm not going to, that I considered a work truck. Like, it was old enough. Like, it was a 2011. It was used really hard when I bought it. Like, it was kind of a beater. Like, it was ostensibly nice, but it was, I don't know how to describe it. It was just, without swearing, I can't really describe it, but it was like driven into the dirt. Um, like it was really dirty on the inside. Like whoever had it before didn't take care of it. There was rust. The motors were burning out in the windows. Like the back window wasn't really working anymore. The backup camera was, really sporadic. Like it didn't really want to work at all. Um, yeah. And then there was that thing where it wouldn't lock properly. Like, I don't know. Okay, this is me getting conspiratorial here. Um, the dealership tells me that it wasn't their fault. And of course, they're going to tell you that. So they say it was this module or something that was shot in it. And that just so happened to go at the same time that they did the recall on the truck, like fix the programming or whatever. So I don't really know. I guess I just kind of have to trust what they say, but that seemed really off to me. So, yeah. And oh yeah, tools in the truck. Okay, we got another troll on here filling up the comments. Okay. Okay, so I hid them, I guess, because they're just, well, you're in the comments too, so you can see, but they're just posting a long thread of letters that's just distracting me from reading real comments. I'll moderate if you need one. I don't really know how to set that up. This is only my second live stream. I really know nothing about this. So yeah, why do I keep my tools in my truck? I keep getting distracted. Because that's like a work truck. So whenever I go to work or go to my own job or whatever, if I'm doing something at the house or anywhere, I have everything set up in there so I know where it is. The easiest stuff I need is most accessible. It's just about convenience, right? And in a small town, you're never worried about theft or anything like this. So, yeah, that's why. But from now on in the future, like the next truck I get will be much nicer. probably a limited or something. So yeah, it'll be a personal vehicle. It'll be used. I'm not gonna buy new. Like Josh was saying that that's an $80,000 truck. I didn't pay 80 for it. Um, Brand new, it probably would have been close to that. But I bought it when it was like 7 years old. So Toyota trucks, are you staying with Ford? Personally, I like Fords. I like the looks of them. We have a Ford dealership like a half hour away from us. So, like, if you were to go Toyota, the nearest Toyota dealership would be like 2 hours away. So, I don't know. I like the look of Fords. I think they're reliable. I don't really know much about vehicles, but they seem fairly reliable. I know some people are really like anti-Ford and like they're, I guess, super fans of a certain brand or whatever. Like I don't really care. I kind of like the looks of the Dodges. I don't know. I think Fords just have you going for four-wheel drive, absolutely. You can't, I would never buy a vehicle without four-wheel drive, especially like in a rural area like this. I don't know. Oh, I'm right in front of the camera. I won't do that. There's more and more theft in small towns. Yeah, it kind of seems, well, it was never really that bad here. I don't know what it's like in the States. I assume a lot of you are from the States, but here it's never, I don't know. This was just a massive hit. Like, I don't know. Start a GoFundMe. No, I'm not starting a GoFundMe. Oh yeah, a vintage 93. I was kind of thinking about getting like an old, like a classic truck, like not an absolute beater, but something you'd consider a classic truck. And because I like old vehicles too. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Has offered to moderate. Let me read that. Oh, he moderates for Josh. Okay. But yeah, I was thinking, like, just kind of brainstorming, like, even before my truck got stolen, like, to get an older, like, F100 or something like that. And they'd be nice for a work truck, because they wouldn't really be attractive targets for theft, I don't think. And the box is a lot lower, so you can, like, reach in and grab stuff so much easier. Like, if with my truck, like, I'd have to jump up, like, if I wanted to reach and grab something, like, out of the side of the box, I'd have to, like, step up onto the back tire and reach in there. So they're, like, really tall. And the diesels are even taller. So, like, they're good looking trucks, but they're not, like, entirely practical for that purpose. Like, they could be a bit lower, but I don't really know anything about vehicles, so I'm not really one to talk, but yeah. I kind of got distracted from cleaning this. Any other questions? 2000 Ford Ranger just keeps going and going. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, I kind of wonder, like, is it a good idea to be getting a truck with all the bells and whistles and things that could go wrong? But I don't know. Like, I don't want to drive like an old, like, just a crappy, like, I work hard enough. I deserve to buy something that I work for, like, even if it takes longer and more time to save up and everything, like, I'm not gonna settle for something, if you know what I mean. Like, especially after having this happen to me, I'm not gonna let this put me into a worse vehicle than what I had before. And I know that sounds kind of selfish and snobby, but I work really hard for everything I have, so I have the right to say that, I guess. I have nothing handed to me, and I don't like Like, that's why I didn't want anybody to donate or do a GoFundMe or anything like that, because I don't like having stuff handed to me, and if you know what I mean. I like to be able to work for everything. It just makes you feel so much better about what you have if you've worked for it. Get a 3 or 4 year old. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm looking at 2016 limiteds. So, and they're still really nice trucks. Like, the prices have come down quite a bit since I was looking at my first truck 2 years ago. So, and like, you know, the 16s look just like the 19s. So, will you continue to work on the passive house? Yes. In case you don't know, the passive house is with the company I work for, Agora Construction. That's my job. And we are just filming that just to get the idea out there, because it's becoming more well known, but the whole idea of passive house isn't really well known, and there's not a series on YouTube that showcases an entire passive house being built that I'm aware of. So we just decided to put it on my YouTube channel because I have a fairly substantial following for what it is. I mean, it's a minuscule channel in terms of the entire YouTube world, but oh no, I'm not getting a van. Is that vans are targets for stuff like this. There's no way I'm getting a van. But yeah, so with the passive house, yeah, we'll still be working on that. We're just taking a bit of a break from it because the electricians, plumbers, drywallers, it's their turn to go in. So we are just back working on some stuff here. So yeah, that's what's happening with the passive house. It'll probably, I don't know when I'm gonna get an episode out. Like, we might go up there and do some stuff for a day or two here or there, but I'm not sure if it would be enough to get an episode out. Like, my episodes are compilations of a week's worth of work. So I start filming on the Monday, and then it's just in order until Friday. And I usually try and get them out Friday, but the internet here is so bad, I usually end up failing on that promise, and it comes out like Saturday or something. So yeah. But anyways, I'll probably do Instagram updates on that. And so if you don't follow me on Instagram, Austin_Tischler, and you'll be able to stay up to date with the passive house. Any other questions for me? I'll try and catch them if I'm not rambling too hard. I tend to just go off on tangents and not really look at the chat, but if I don't answer your question, just type it again and I'm sure I'll see it eventually. Okay, I think I got this pretty much wiped down. Okay, I got a bunch of other notifications going off here. Okay, so, okay, yeah, you can see the top of the piano. So I want, what does the insurance, they haven't got in contact with me yet, which I'm really disappointed about. So are you still able to work? Yes, I'm still able to work. Not on my own, like I don't have any of my own tools, but my job like provides all the tools, so the only thing I'm required to bring is my tool pouch, which I did lose, but Colin's really nice. He just set me up with one of his pouches. So as soon as I get my credit card back and everything in order, I'm gonna order a new pouch. I think, you know, like everything in my pouch. How old is the piano chair? Well, this is just an office chair, but Does it have a date on it? No. I don't know. 50s maybe? Does that sound right? I don't know a whole lot about office chairs. But yeah, what else can I say? Yeah, but like the tool pouch, like I don't know if I'm gonna get insurance on any of the tools. I've got a bad feeling that I won't, so I'll just have to eat that. And now I was thinking about what was all in that truck. It took me a few days to think it over and remember what I left in there. Oh yeah, yeah, your tool pouch is your life. Like, you are screwed without it. Was your wallet stolen? Yes. So I have a wallet case on my phone, and doing YouTube, I have lots of different phones because I don't really like using my personal main phone to film. Like, some of the time I do because I got the iPhone 11 Pro and it's got that wide angle lens, so it looks like the GoPro when I'm filming. So I sometimes use that and then just airdrop it to one of my other phones. And then, because I don't want to have my real phone sitting and uploading for multiple hours because it ties up your phone, right? So basically, the wallet case for my old phone, I ordered a new case for this phone so I could put all my stuff in it, but it hadn't showed up yet. So I was just keeping the case, which was my wallet. It didn't have the phone in it, luckily, but just kept the case in my truck because every time I went somewhere that I needed my wallet and I didn't just have Apple Pay on my phone, then I'd have it with me, right? So, yeah, it was in there, and then the funny thing is, the case for my new phone showed up the next day. So it wouldn't have been in there if I would have got the new case. A cost to replace $100. Oh, am I gonna get a new GoPro? No, I hate the GoPro so much. I just assiduously avoid using it when I can. Sometimes you have to. Like, my truck video was filmed with the GoPro. It worked good then, just because I needed both hands to dig around. I had to check it though. You probably saw I had to check it and make sure it was still recording because I wasn't sure. Can't trust that thing. But yeah, I don't like the GoPro. I'm never wasting my money on one again. Did your car have an alarm? I'm not sure. I didn't hear it go off. Oh, and another thing, my speed square is 300 US dollars. Is that a Martinez square? Probably. I don't know of any other. Yeah. That Martinez square was 416 Canadian. All said and done, I think, was the final price on that, and it's gone. So, but I think they have it, so maybe it'll get recovered. But just what was in my tool pouch was probably about $2,000 worth of stuff in there. So, yeah, that's gonna be a hard cost to eat and replace that. But, and the reason I want to use my old hammer is not because I'm cheap, but because I think it would be cool to use my original hammer that's been through a fire and it looks all burnt and everything. I don't know, I just think it would look cool, kind of as a reminder. Not that this is something you really want to be reminded about, but a keepsake piece, I guess. I guess those notifications don't matter, but yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, something, or what was that comment? Just let me see here. It was something. Oh yeah, about the having an alarm. I'm not sure. The alarm might have went off and just nobody heard it. But also, my brother's car, the Prairie Dunker, who you should go subscribe to, his car was parked next to my truck in the driveway. And they broke into his car, took the keys, like they just left with the keys, didn't take the car, and took all the change, had the console open and everything. And I'm guessing it was just one guy because they saw these two vehicles and they're like, well, which one's gonna be more worth it for us? Well, we'll take this nice white truck and leave this car here. I mean, he's got a nice car too, but I guess they probably knew about the tools in the back of mine, so took the change. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And something else I noticed, every time a vehicle gets broke into, it seems customary for them to leave the console open. Like just as a thing to say, yeah, I've been in here. Like you wouldn't leave like the driver door open, or like I just don't get it. Like it seems weird. Yeah. He did donuts. Yeah. Driving, I didn't show it on the video because you probably wouldn't have been able to see it anyways. But all along that gravel road, it was probably about 10 miles off the main highway. The whole way, you could tell, you could see the tracks in the ditch. They were just ditch banging the whole way. It looked like skidoo tracks, like it could have been a skidoo what they were doing. Like they were jumping approaches and like ramming into hillsides. Like there were chunks of dirt taken out of the hillside, and you could see all the dirt in the snow because the snow, there was a lot more snow. That's quite a ways away from us, probably about an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. They broke my console, and what are the chances the police will find them? Probably none, I'm guessing. They tend to get away with this stuff, I think. And I don't know. I hope they get caught and arrested. That would be really nice, but sounds like high schoolers. Now, it's not anyone from in town. This is out of town people. The police sure, yeah, the police probably do have a pretty good idea. Your car locked in the middle of nowhere. How would they have left? I'm not sure I understand that. Security cameras, yeah, that would be nice. Who told you that it was burned out? Well, what it was circulating on a Snapchat story. That's probably as much information as I'll give, but it was, yeah, because it's from the area. So the story was just of somebody driving by and saw it there. I'm sure it's not related to who did it. You see videos and stories all the time of people driving by a burnt out vehicle because they're heading to work in the morning and that's what they find. So they take pictures of it, which is totally understandable. I'd do the same thing. But yeah, so they take the keys and the change. Do you change the house locks? Oh yeah, that's another thing. The keys on there weren't for my house, so no need to change the locks there. What else? Oh yeah, in this book. A lot of people were saying they found it on Amazon, and I checked out that link, and yeah, it's on the American site, so I was worried it wouldn't ship here, but it did. And like my credit card was toast and everything, so my mom ordered it for me. So I have that book so I can finish reading. I started it a while ago and then paused it because I was reading another book in between there. So I was kind of I don't know why I didn't just finish that one and start the next one, but either way, I paused that one, so I was kind of like in the middle of it, and yeah. Yeah, and I guess you watched the video. I don't need to re-explain things, but um karma happens, yeah. Well, I don't know about that. I think karma, like these people, they're um probably had a really rough upbringing or whatever, so they think this is getting back. Sometimes they get caught and admit to the crimes. Yeah, and these people, I'm sure they got nothing to live for, so do they care if they go to jail? No. Um, do you have a garage? Yeah, um, yeah, I can, my new truck will probably get parked in the garage, I'm thinking. I don't know, because it'll be a personal vehicle, I'll consider it, so I won't, like, I'll drive it to work, but, like, I won't keep my tools in it, or try not to get in it dirty, or, just kind of throw stuff everywhere like I did. Did you have your keys? Yeah, the keys were in it. It's kind of embarrassing to admit, but in a small town, that's what you do. It was locked though, so I think they either slim jimmed it or had some sort of device that compromised the security of the keypad, or I'm not sure. But I was talking to some people and they were saying like they have seen videos of people just entering those trucks with a screwdriver, so yeah, that is the reason that they burn these vehicles, is to destroy all the evidence, because who knows, they might drop some person, like there was some mail there, but I think that was all unrelated. I don't really know. Um, but yeah, just destroy all the evidence, burn the fingerprints, any any traces of them being there, just burn it. Mm-hmm. How did I start carpentry? Okay, that's something I could get into, I guess. Um, so, okay, I don't want to offend. Oh, no, they're probably not watching. Okay, so first of all, we start, like when I started grade 7, um, we started off, like my first experience with like wood shop, we had like a terrible shop teacher, like just brutal. Like, if you watch my safety video, that is like a total opposite of how this guy was with safety. Like it was just such an unenjoyable experience. Yeah, just terrible. I hated it. I just dreaded going to shop class because it was just brutal. But then he left, and when I was in grade 9, we had a new teacher come, and he was so good, like just the nicest guy, like just so laid back. And that, like, you started to actually have the freedom to do what you want and like experiment in shop, like get creative. You weren't just assigned projects. Like you could figure out how to do stuff on your own. Like it was a good way to practice autodidacticism, I think. But yeah, so he was just a super nice guy, and he kind of got me like interested in the craft, I guess, like enjoying it. And then when I was 15, I got a job on a commercial site building the credit union here in Kerrobert. And that was all like it was good. Like it was a good way to get your foot in the door for sure. Um, there was a lot of safety and stuff involved there too. But yeah, I'd say it was definitely a good starter job. I learned a lot there for sure. Great people to work with, and everything like that. And then in 2015, Kerrobert had a really bad hailstorm, like golf ball sized hail, which I don't know, people in other areas, maybe that's normal, but for here, that's pretty brutal. Every house in town was just destroyed, vinyl siding just shredded, windows broken, everything. I was in the house at the time. It was really scary. The windows were shattering, and you could just hear banging on the roof. It was crazy. But, anyways, I'll go back and read some of those later. Yeah, there, like every house in town was just destroyed. So a bunch of contractors from out of town came swarming in to do this work. And I got a job with one of them, really nice guy. I learned a lot from him. But then, they're just here for temporary, right? So he had to leave. And then I was just here. So then I just kind of hung out for a bit, which is kind of embarrassing to say, but it was like just after I graduated, basically, like the fall after. But then it would have been like 2017. I got a job with Colin in Agora, where I work now, where we're doing the passive house. So I've been with him for over 2 years, and best job I've ever had. And probably the only job I'll hopefully ever have. But yeah, that's kind of how I got started in carpentry. And then I guess, yeah, when did I kind of start buying my own tools? Probably kind of when I started working for Agora. Started, and then kind of practicing on my own and just slowly accumulated more, and then started YouTube and kind of doing that. So kind of just going on from there, I guess. But now it's kind of a hiccup in the whole system here, so I don't really know. Like, I'm definitely gonna keep working. Like, you can't just totally seize or anything like that. But like, as for my own passion of carpentry and stuff, like, I don't want to keep replacing my tools, you know what I mean? Like, you just can't go on like that. I'm gonna not replace my own tools and put that money towards a new truck, and then slowly, as I have the money, kind of replace. And the more I think about it, like, the more was lost that I didn't even know was in there. Like a plum roofing hatchet that I found at a garage sale. I actually show it. It's a video I don't have released yet, about a garage sale I went to, and I showcase it in that video. But yeah, I got a lot of videos that I don't have released yet. Like, it's gonna look goofy because it's like not snow on the ground, and my truck is in those videos and everything like that. So just because, and especially, I'm really glad I filmed all those, because now that I don't have, oh, may I request hearing you play the piano? Yeah, sure. I guess there's probably a lot of people on here who haven't heard yet. So I'll play the little tune that I think sounds pretty cool. It really, this thing should kind of be starting to warm up. So let's give it a go here. because I think, tell me if I'm wrong here, anybody, but I think when you fold this up, something's supposed to, it's supposed to hit a lever and kick this out when that goes back, so it resonates better. I don't really know. When did I start playing the piano? Okay. Now he has time to edit those videos. Yeah, well, I actually have them all edited. And won't really have more time to do it because I'm still working my normal job. Like, well, I guess I will have time to do it because when I'm not working my real job, I'm, fiddling with my own stuff and doing projects or filming YouTube videos or doing something with YouTube now because this has kind of grown into a thing that's big enough for me to actually care about. So, oh, when did I start playing the piano? Okay, it would have been about 2 years ago. To be clear, I don't play the piano. I wouldn't consider myself like a piano player. I just fiddle around on it, I guess. But at the school here in town, they had a piano sitting outside that they were getting rid of. And it was just sitting there for like months. But when they first took it out, like it was still playable. Like it was still perfect. And it was like that for about a week until it rained and then it was toast. But it was just sitting out there. So we'd go over there and just play around on it. And we're like, it would be so cool to learn how to do something on the piano, right? So we just watch YouTube videos and eventually the first one I learned was the Journey. But yeah. So we'd go and we'd learn how to play little intros of songs and stuff, and yeah, that's kind of how I got my interest. And then bought like a cheesy little keyboard thing off Amazon, which was like embarrassingly terrible. But that's the one that's in my bunkhouse. It sounds horrible. But yeah, that's kind of how I got started. But now that I have a real piano, I'll probably take a little more time to sit down and actually learn a bit more. Make sure you get your piano tuned. Is it tuned? Like, does it sound? I can't, it sounds fine to me, but I'm not like a pro. It was apparently tuned not that long ago. Maybe a year ago or something, they said, but it sounds a lot better than some. It's bad. Maybe it's just the audio not coming across properly, but like I know some of the keys are kind of goofy. Like this last C key here doesn't work at all. It needs to be tuned. Oh yeah, I suppose if it was moved. Yeah. Yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah, because it was moved, probably like a half-hour drive in a bouncy trailer. Yeah, you're probably right. And because it was cold, you should get a piano tuned at least twice a year. Maybe I'll have to look into that. Sounds fine, but it may need tuning. Yeah, and another thing I was worried about, it was about minus 25 Celsius outside. And this was sitting in a cold house for a long time. Like this house had kind of burnt down a little bit, and this wasn't affected by the fire. But does it have a wood or metal soundboard? It's a metal, like a cast iron soundboard back here. So I don't know if like the expansion and contraction of the cold, if your piano plays here, it should be fine. Piano has acclimated to your house. It takes 3 to 6 months. Oh, like to like the wood you're talking about, like to get all the moisture correct. Climate change affects pianos. I would probably believe that, actually. The hammers may be compacted, but you did good because they're old upright. Yeah. And like a lot of the like it is old. Like it kind of sounds cool. It's got that old piano sound to it. Like it doesn't sound like a brand new. Like it's kind of got a more unique. I don't know, it kind of has a nice ring to it. I don't know how to describe it. Is there a product for covering scratches? Yes, there's like little crayon type things that you can rub on and stuff like that. So I might, but finding one to match this stain. Like this thing is in such bad shape cosmetically that it might not ruin the value entirely to try to do something with it. I don't know. If you move a piano, it does get slightly out of tune. Yeah, I believe that. Does anybody say here, does the temperature affect the expansion and contraction of the soundboard? I want to know about that. Yeah, because just in my thoughts, the temperature might. Yes, twice a year. Because it's going from like -25 to +20, or well, it's only +16 in here now. I tried to turn the temperature down. And this thing was so cold, it dropped the temperature of the house. Like it's cold still sitting next to it here. Feels like I'm sitting next to a block of ice. Like if I move away, it gets much warmer over here. Warm goes flatter. It doesn't have to, yeah, it doesn't have to look new to be interesting. Absolutely not. Add a little alcohol to refinish it. Okay. Most definitely humidity, hot and cold will throw it out of tune. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was really worried about is the, so I'm not sure, will it go back in tune once it warms up, or is that, they say not to put it by a window. This is just a mirror, not a window, but I guess there is a window over here, but this is kind of a small house, so the strings, sharper the colder it gets. Temperature affects all instruments. Oh, it will be even more out of tune. Okay. Might have a bit of a problem here then. On an inside wall. Okay, yeah. Well, maybe I should put it against this wall. I don't really know. Do you ever sleep in that little house you built? Okay, I've been getting a lot of questions about the bunkhouse because I guess in my mind, you know, I wasn't really used to doing YouTube back then, so I didn't think I need to explain things. I just kind of assumed that everybody might know. But so that is just a bunkhouse. Like it's a, what do they call them? An EDU sort of thing, like an accessory dwelling unit, I think they call it, which basically means it's another dwelling on a property where there's a main dwelling. So you could consider the main dwelling to be the fifth wheel. This is at the lake, by the way. So the main dwelling would be the fifth wheel. That's where we all used to sleep. Like, it's got bunk beds and stuff. But as we're getting older, me and my brother, like, it's just getting too small. So this ADU or bunkhouse, whatever you want to call it, it was just another structure built on the property. And I kind of took it as like an experimental thing. So I wanted to make it really nice because I don't like anything that's not top notch, right? So I kind of wanted to take the budget that we had and do the coolest looking thing that I really could with it. And some of it, the inside, oh yeah, changes. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, these are all good tips. I'll really have to consider these. And I've been getting lots of comments on why the bunkhouse wasn't insulated. And that's because we only use it in the summer. Like, it's never heated. Like, we haven't been to the lake for like a few months, couple months now. So there's no need to insulate it. And it was kind of built on a budget. Like, I think it only cost, it would have been like under 5,000 Canadian to build that whole thing, which probably seems pretty low, but you know, doing all the work yourself, all the windows I built myself, like just out of scrap wood, like the glass I just had laying around. It was just like cheap paneling inside because I don't really care. I didn't want to do drywall because you can't get a drywall sheet up those tiny stairs. And for what it is, it's fine. And not being insulated and cooling down in the winter and warming up, I'm afraid that it would crack drywall. So, like, crack the seams. Yeah. So, what was the question again? I think I just started talking about the bunkhouse. Oh, do I live in there? That's what the question was. So yeah, in the summers I'll live in there, I guess, like on the weekends or whatever when I go to the lake. So I guess it might seem kind of like extraneous or superfluous to build something like that you only stay in maybe 20 nights out of the year or something like that. But that's kind of what I wanted to do, just an experiment, right? And I wish I would have had my YouTube channel then, because I'm sure that would have been a good series to do. Because just the video itself has like over 20,000 views, doesn't it? Something like that. It kind of took off, so that's good though, at least. At least it's getting out there and people are seeing it, because I'll still get comments coming in on it every once in a while, so that's good. But okay, any other questions? Did you rescue it? Get it free? Yeah, I got it for free. The house that it was in was burnt, like it had a fire in it, so we took it out of the house. But the couple who gave it to me was really nice, and like I say, they essentially lost their house to a fire. So that money that Josh raised on his live stream for me, I paid it forward. I gave them $100 of that. I would have given them all of it, but I didn't have that much cash on me, and I couldn't get more because it's the weekend and I don't have my credit card or debit card or anything because it was all lost in my fire. So I paid it forward the way I could, and yeah, because this is a really nice instrument. Like, it's definitely worth more than that, I'd say. Well, you see pianos around here for free all the time, so I don't know. To me, it's worth more than that. But what else? Better than, yeah, it is better than a tent. Stairway to Heaven, I can't play that, unfortunately. Oh, update on the truck. Okay, So I contacted the insurance company like right before I even knew that my truck had been torched. This was in the morning. I didn't actually learn of the rumor that that might have been my truck until maybe 10 o'clock, 10:30 or something. So yeah, I made the insurance claim with SGI and they said right on there, they're like, we'll get back to you like immediately or something. And it's been like, I know today's a holiday, like Remembrance Day or Veterans Day in the US. But they had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to get back to me, and they didn't. And I've heard that my truck may have been towed. I don't know for sure. I haven't gone back out there because it's like an hour and 15 minutes or so away. So I haven't gone back out there. I just went out there once to grab some stuff and do a video. So yeah. What else is there to say about that? I'm just really disappointed with insurance that they haven't got back to me yet. Like, if they towed my truck and haven't even contacted me, why are they towing my truck without contacting me? Is that not stealing, or I don't know. That's just me being stupid and angry, but there's a lot of money tied up there and they haven't contacted me yet and they take it. So do you suspect anyone in particular? No. These are just, I'm sure they're just out of town people coming in. The town of Kerrobert was hit hard that night. There were just dozens of reports of break-ins. There were actually two other vehicles stolen. Well, one other vehicle from Kerrobert, another one from Tramping Lake, which is just a town 10 minutes or so away. So they're definitely coming. Let me just read some. Oh yeah, so yeah, no, not anyone in particular. It's no one local. What else? It takes time for insurance to gather reports. If you don't hear from them in a week, keep calling. Yeah. Okay, I see some people are putting lyrics into, what's that song called? I don't even remember what it's called. I'll just play it. Oh, what is that song called? Bohemian Rhapsody. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Hopefully insurance will call tomorrow. Yeah, I hope so. Is it going to be a problem with insurance if your keys were in the truck? Well, the keys weren't in the truck when I went to look for it, so I hope not. What kind of, oh yeah, what kind of piano? It's a Bell, Guelph, Canada. What does it say? It says up here, Saskatchewan Piano and Organ Company Limited, Saskatoon and Regina. So I'm guessing that was the dealer that sold the piano, and then the piano was made by Bell. I guess I'll actually, how do I flip the camera? I can actually show it off a little bit here. The sustain pedal is kind of floppy. These pedals are really nice. They spring back, but understandably the sustain pedal is most frequently used, so the spring is probably shot. Sticky keys, yeah, where there was one that was kind of shot. Oh, there was one that was sticking before. I'm not sure where it was. This last C key here is totally dead, but when do you ever use that? So I don't really care about that. But yeah, like look at That's really nice under there. I wish the whole thing looked like that. Oh, I guess I'll have to clean this cover. Forgot about that. But yeah, there's like a stain there and like other stuff that I might have to just work on a little bit. And then it's got these really nice like appliques or onlays, whatever you want to call them. So I thought that was pretty nice. And just like the woodwork is just pretty nice. I'll try and open this up here. That's the inside. What's the serial number? Where would I find that? I got a battery here that I have to tow. Where would the serial number be? What year is it? March 27th, 1900. I'm not sure what that means, but where would I find the serial number? Might have to comment and tell me where. It might be, the plate might be on the inside flap. Is that like this here? The number should be up towards the top somewhere. It'll be on the wood. Nothing on there. So it won't be on the soundboard, it'll be on the wood. On the bottom, like this cover, if I... That wouldn't be the back. I don't think there was anything written on the back. I tried to look at the back just to see what was written there, and I didn't see anything. This is hard to do with one hand. Do you have a second vehicle? Well, not, my dad's gonna let me use his truck, but I might have to just catch rides to work and do a carpool or whatever. Yeah, look at the frost collect. It's still really cold in here. I just opened this up and I'm not really anything on here. Do those numbers mean anything? I'm not seeing like a serial number though. It's on the harp all the time. Huh. Yeah, well, I'm not sure where the serial number is. Excuse my brutal tripod setup there. I don't have any more tripod mounts. I think my last one was in my truck. They usually all get broken, so I don't really know a good tripod for my phone. There's a piano atlas that gives you the dates for all pianos. Huh. That's cool. Okay, so what else? Any other questions for me, or... Just reading comments here. Lighter fluid on sticky keys. To keep that in mind. Do you have a dog? No, I don't have a dog. Pets are just too much work. I don't really like pets, to be honest. Like, especially me, like, I would never have time. Like, I'm working out of town all day, like, and then when we work, like, out of town, like, at the passive house, like, what do? Like, bring your dog to the rental? Or just not, doesn't make sense for me. I know, like, a dog would be good protection. Like, if I was on a farm or something, yeah, I'd have a dog. But, just got on, is that the Potter's House piano? No, it's not. The reason I didn't want, well, I shouldn't say I don't want that piano, but you know, I would rather see that Mary's piano stay in her house. Like it means more to the story for it to be there. And there I would have had to take it downstairs, like the front steps or whatever. And a piano is probably at least 600 pounds. So I didn't want to risk breaking it or anything like that. This one was in a zero entry house, so the only obstacle was the door threshold, which was fairly easy to navigate. It was harder to get it in the trailer than to get it out of the house. And we had, maybe I'll do a video. My mom took some video of us unloading it, but my dad's got a winch in the trailer, so he just hooked that around and towed it up the ramp door on a dolly. I might do a video on that. I don't know. If I run out of things to do, maybe I'll put a video out. No, the truck was paid for. I paid cash for that, so there's no lien on the truck. Any other siblings besides you and your brother? Nope. It's just me and the Prairie Dunker. We're the only siblings. And what was the rest of that? Are you older? Yes, I'm older. I'm 3 years older than him. So I'm 21. I just turned 21 in September. I don't know if I've actually told you guys my age, but yeah, I'm 21 now. September 16th is my birthday of 1998, in case you're wondering. But yeah, my brother's 3 years younger than me. So yeah, future video plans. Probably, like, I've got a bunch of videos filmed. They're kind of like adventure videos, me going to different places and showing them off, stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll do more live streams. I don't really know. But yeah, I'll just kind of release those videos. They might be confusing to you because some of them were filmed like 2 months ago and they've got my truck in them still, I think a few of them. What else? Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know, future video plans, like the passive house will definitely still be going. I think maybe we'll do some more videos at Agora, especially because I don't have any carpentry content to put out now. So maybe keep that, like the carpentry side of the channel going. But I've been hearing from people who they like the adventure style videos more, like they're not so much here for the carpentry content, which is totally understandable. Not everyone is a carpenter or is interested in it. So yeah, the adventure videos, like the antique stuff, like this, like is kind of an antique video, I guess you could say. I got one about a garage sale and a bunch of cool stuff I found there. So that video will be coming out sometime. I'll just kind of think of an order to release these videos and put them out every Friday, I think. That's kind of what I've been doing, Fridays. Just because that's what I started with the passive house. I think it's good to, I don't really want to do more than one video a week because like I don't want to like bombard your guys's subscription feed with content that I'm not really, like if I'm just trying to put videos out like just for the sake of putting them out, like to earn more ad revenue or whatever, like that's not what I want to do. Like I want to try and keep you guys interested, obviously. Like yeah, obviously the money is part of it. Like it's nice to get the ad revenue and stuff, but and I apologize about putting so many ads in that other video, but Yeah. I try to usually keep my ads to like, depending on the length of the video, like every 4 or 5 minutes. Like put like 4 or 5 ads in. If there's a video that's like 25 minutes long, I'd have maybe like 4 or 5 ads in it. Monetizing is just sensible, yeah. Because like, I do dedicate my own personal time and like money to come up with this stuff, and like it is nice to get some sort, like, not that I don't enjoy doing it, like I would do it if I didn't get paid for it, but it certainly helps, like, because in the future I hope to do projects and stuff that I can fund just with ad revenue, so I can put out a lot more interesting content. Like I can build some really unique novel things, and if I can do it with all ad revenue, or at least partly ad revenue, we could have some really cool projects. It takes your time to edit and upload as well. Yeah. Like, not that I go super crazy on editing or anything. Like, I don't really know how to do that. Like, I do it all on my phone pretty much. So just use the stock iMovie app, and because I don't know how to really like use a computer in any real capacity or anything like that. So, yeah. I know it sounds probably pretty ridiculous, a YouTuber that doesn't know how to use a computer, but like I'm more for the practical side. Like I've been doing this kind of stuff forever, right? Like, but just start filming yourself doing it, and if you're weird enough and do crazy enough stuff that's fairly unconventional, people will watch you. And I think that's going back, if you weren't here for my little rant there, I think people in this area might be jealous because, you know, um, somebody that, I guess, how do I say this without going way too off the rails? What is your email address? AustinTischler123@gmail.com. I think I've got that stuff all on my Instagram. If you need to get a hold of me for anything, like if you want to message me personally or whatever, go to my Instagram. Email, I don't really check it that often, like, because like, being a YouTuber, your email is just going crazy, right? So I don't really check email like I should probably, but if anybody wants to like message me personally, just go to my Instagram at Austin_Tischler. I think I'm pretty good at answering messages and stuff like that. Is your piano a JB brand? No, it's Bell. Bell Guelph, Canada, it says on there. Okay, so what I was saying is that, oh, I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, that because like I kind of figured out a way to turn my like idiosyncrasies, I guess, and like my unconventional way of doing things into something that's profitable. I think people might be jealous of that because really they're not interesting enough people to do something like this. Like I know people around here who would be interesting enough to start a YouTube channel and make it work. But I guess you just got to take that next step, right? And just do it. Like you got to get to a point where, okay, now I'm starting to sound like the Prairie Dunker here. Go subscribe to his channel. I'll be over there. We'll be doing a podcast tomorrow maybe, or sometime. We haven't filmed it yet, but we're going to. But in order, at least for me, to do YouTube, you have to get to a point where you don't care, like you don't care what other people think about you anymore. Like, if people think it's stupid, perfect. Um, I just subbed to your Instagram. Thank you. How sticky, or does that say stinky or sticky? Well, it's not stinky. It smells just fine. So, like, a couple of the keys are a little sticky. I'm not sure what you were meaning, but yeah, you have to get. Okay, maybe I should stay in the frame of the camera. You have to get to a point in life where you don't care what other people think of you anymore. Colin definitely has some unique ideas. Yeah. You have to get to a point in life where you don't care what people think about you anymore, and that you realize that what you've been doing for the last how many years. Oh, stinky is in from the house fire. No, no, I don't think so. That fire was a while ago, so that place has been airing out. When I when when I walked into the house, I couldn't smell anything really. Like, maybe a little bit of ash and stuff, but like it wasn't bad at all. But yeah, was I just rambling, or was I actually saying something sensible? I can't remember. But yeah, like, this is the kind of stuff that we'll be talking about on the podcast. So you'll definitely want to watch that. So go sub to his channel. Get him some more subscribers, because he definitely deserves them. He's a fairly decent YouTuber. I'd say better than myself. And yeah, I see a lot of you are going and following me on Instagram, so if you don't mind, take a moment to go do that, because I could use a few more followers over on Instagram. And that's where, like, I do post a lot of pictures, and I think I'll do videos, like, during the Passive House hiatus. I'll do, hasn't been a 21-year-old of your caliber since the mid-1800s. So admirable, articulate, supremely capable, well-grounded. Thank you. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Austin_Tischler. Can I add to the comments? It's just the same as my YouTube channel, except with an at in front of it and no capitals and an underscore. But yeah, if you want to stay up to date with the Passive House, because I won't be getting enough content to put out an actual YouTube video, I don't think, or at least it wouldn't be worth it. It would be like a couple minutes probably. So I'll just go do that on Instagram, because it's easier for me, I think. Like, I won't get the ad revenue from it, but like, I don't really care that much, because I'd rather you guys have an easier way of viewing it than me just trying to collect ad revenue. Okay, someone's in here. Were they doing this on Josh's live stream the other day? Hide this channel. Okay. Okay, how long have I... An hour and 19 minutes, and we still have 228 people here. It's actually pretty good. Yeah. Okay, I apologize for these trolls in the chat here. I blocked the one guy. I'm trying to keep an eye on that, but I'm so far away from the camera I can't really see. I want to stay in the frame. But yeah, any other questions? It would be nice. Yeah. A more detailed video on the stained glass window. Probably, well, I shouldn't say this. The next stained glass I do, I want to do, like either I'll definitely be, well, I shouldn't say that. I want to be using real stained glass. And the next one I have in mind, which you might have heard me nonsensically rambling in the truck video about a project that may or may not be coming up next spring and summer. But I wanted to do like leaded stained glass in there, not to give too much away, but do leaded stained glass in that project. Just because I haven't done it in a while and I want to do it again because like I kind of prefer Queen Anne style, but it really depends on what you're putting it in, what is the proper style to use and what would look best. But like yeah, I've done a bit of leaded work. I'm probably okay at it. Like I'm not amazing by any means. Like my solder lines aren't like perfect, but like it's doable, I'd say. But I probably wouldn't want to paint the glass because number one, you can't buy that paint anymore. And number two, it flakes off. So yeah, and it distorts. Like if it heats up, it melts and droops, and it's just terrible stuff. Like, but what can you expect, right? I think they make like a spray paint style, which I should try because that might work better, but I don't really know. I'd like to just use real stained glass though, because it would be a lot more authentic. What other questions? Made a video when you get new steel-toed boots. Yeah, that's another thing. My muck boots, that'll be another $300. But I have an old pair at home still. It's got holes in them, but I mean, it's better than wearing Converse in the snow, I guess. So, and you know, I had my white Converse in the back of my truck because I just pressure washed them, and the boots were in there just because I had all my winter clothes in there, like my gloves and my toque and everything, just for work. Because yeah, it's winter time here now. So I had my white Converse back there and I took them out. Like they were sitting in the back of the truck for a while just after I made that safety philosophy video. They were in the back of my truck since then. And yeah, I took them out like a day or two before. But those things, you know, I wouldn't have cared if those got. I actually kind of wish they would have been in there because then it would have made me get a new pair because I. Oh, you lose those super duper good work pants. You're probably talking about the Snickers ones? No, I still have those. Those were expensive though. Oh, oh yeah. Prism. I don't know any Prism on the piano. I don't think. No, I don't. Good morning from Sydney. Yeah. Okay, well, we're at like 2 hours for this live stream. 124 minutes. That's like 2 hours and 4 minutes, right? Make a video on how the steel toes survived and the company might reach out. I'm not really looking for any sponsorships or giveaways though. Like I say, I have a good enough job. I can afford to replace this stuff eventually. Like I'm not going to be totally, like for the time being I'm totally screwed, but like if I want to replace this stuff, like I'll be able to slowly. Like if I wanted to, I could replace it all tomorrow. Like I'm not that short, but then that wouldn't be a smart financial decision, but I could do it. But yeah, any other questions? As we're over 2 hours here, I should probably wrap this up. If you need help, just let us know, yeah. So, well, thank you for the offer, but any other questions, things that I'm missing, comments that you had on my other video that I didn't get to? Do they have any ideas? I don't think so. Not that I've heard of, at least. And will they let me know if they arrest somebody? Probably not. I know how that stuff works. The police were very helpful, though. At least I think. I know, like, being that the whole town was dealing with this, you know, they were very quick in locating my truck, and like their response time was very good. Like, in a small town, you can't expect the response times to be good, but we phoned the police at probably 3 o'clock, and they were here like at my house by 3:10 or 3:15. So that's actually really good for this town. Don't forget to smash that like button, yeah, and subscribe too if you're new. Follow me on Instagram if you're new, at Austin_Tischler. I'll be doing passive house updates and stuff over there, so I post over there quite often. Like, I'll do like sneak peeks of videos and stuff, so if you follow me on YouTube, you should just go follow me on Instagram too, because they're like linked with each other. Like, I post stuff on Instagram that's pertinent to YouTube, and like I'll take, like, for the passive house, for example, like midweek or whatever, I'll kind of take a picture of what we're working on and post it over there so you can have a chance to see. I need to go now. Yeah, see ya, Coco Joe. I'll probably end this live stream pretty quick here. Yeah, because I'm just kind of rambling now. But last call for any questions, I guess. Anything you want to ask me, either about the truck or just about anything. I don't know if there's anything I'm forgetting that I'm to talk about, or did I go over the piano? Anybody here who what could I, yeah, I guess I'll play what I played at the Potter's house. Oh, is that a question? I've been binge watching all the videos from when you started and letting the ads run. Yes, everybody who's letting the ads run. I know that's kind of something stupid. I'm not asking you to do that, but that does help if you let the ads run. Did the truck license plate clean up? To be honest, it's been so cold. I haven't even been outside really, other than to move this piano. I'm sure it will, though. Just ran my hand across it and it brushed. What I would really want to do, I don't know if I'll be able to actually swing this or not. They might have something stupid. I tried to do this before with an old license plate, and they just told me to screw off, basically. But I hope I can put that license plate on my new truck, since it survived the fire and everything. And there shouldn't be a problem with that, because the license plate that I tried to put on my truck before was my mom's first license plate. But I couldn't do that because it wasn't originally in my name. But this one was originally in my name, so I don't see an issue. Maybe there would be. I don't really know. But hopefully I can. I just won't have a front license plate because I had one on the front. I want to, oh yeah, might be damaged. You can request, oh, can you request new plates with the same number? I suppose you could, because what if like a custom, like a vanity plate gets stolen? They'd have to make a new one. Because this was a collector plate, but it was just a random number. Like I don't know what, I think custom plates are kind of tacky, to be honest. But I like the collector plate because it just looks like an old Saskatchewan license plate. So, okay, I'll play what I played at the Potter's house. Start. Oh, apologize for my language. I'll start that again. That might have been a little fast, but any other comments to answer? I've managed to avoid Instagram so far. Yeah, you know, with all the social medias, it can get a little hectic. That episode was the best at the Potter's house. What is the flower for? Oh, this, if you're not from like Canada or the UK, today's Remembrance Day or Veterans Day in the US. That's where you take the day to remember the soldiers who fought for your freedom. So the poppy represents the flowers that would grow in fields in France, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, people here are explaining it in the comments. Yeah. So yeah, each country, like, this is what Canada's poppy looks like. I know the UK has a different style. Australia has a different style. People here were telling me that the US does have poppies. I think I've seen them before. They kind of got like a long stem with a buddy poppy. Is that what they call it? But I've never actually seen people wearing them. Do you live in your tiny house you built? That is just like a bunkhouse or an ADU, accessory dwelling unit, that's on our lot at the lake. So I maybe sleep in it about 20 days out of the year, maybe, if that. Flanders Fields Where Poppies Grow, row on row. Yeah, that would be the poem. Isn't there a story? Yeah, that would be that poem. John McCrae's poem. The US has poppies handed out, but more concentrated on veterans. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because at least I'd never really seen like the general population wearing poppies. But in Canada or the UK, I believe the general population wears them over there. But in Canada, I can speak from experience. Just that everybody wears them around this time. Wearing poppies is not really that frequent. Is that in the US you're talking, or the UK? Or Australia, or anywhere? There's a fee of $20 to request a reprint of your plate. Okay. I have my poppy in my car. Funny you say that. A lot of times I see like vehicles driving with poppies pinned to the sun visor in the middle of summer, anytime. It's bizarre to me, but everybody seems to do that. I see that all the time. It used to be more common in the States. UK Armistice Day, Australia ASNAC, US Veterans Memorial Day. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yes, most in the UK wear them. Even my dog has one. What's going on? Okay, there's new people here. So basically, I'm doing an update on my truck. I'm well over 2 hours now. I really should wrap this up. I'm gonna post it as a video later, so you can go back and watch it if you want. But yeah, I think I'll just wrap it up because I do want to post this as a video, and it's over 2 hours. So the longer I make it, the more trouble I'm gonna have uploading it, I think. Unless it just goes right after. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, everybody who's in here late, you'll be able to watch this later from the beginning. So don't worry. I'll probably start doing live streams from more often now. Because I might not have as much carpentry content. So maybe it'll just be kind of live streams and adventure antique videos, stuff like that. I might actually do a video. Yeah, I am getting a taste of a fan following. Never thought that I would have a fan base like this. It's kind of weird to be almost treated as famous in a way on a very small scale. But yeah, oh, and this was what I was gonna mention. This is kind of the reason that I was supposed to do like a 4,000 subscriber special because I just passed 4,000 subscribers last night. It would be good to have a monitor. You mean moderator or a monitor? But yeah, I guess that's another thing I can tie into this is 4,000 subscriber special. So I guess I just want to thank everyone, each and every one of you, for subscribing to my channel and getting me to 4,000 people, which in a way it seems like a lot, and in a way it seems like barely any, but the town of Kerrobert, where I live, has a population of about 1,000 people, plus or minus. So I have 4 times the population of my town watching me on YouTube, which is kind of cool, I guess. I think that's what maybe makes a lot of people around here jealous or say it's a waste of time or whatever. Oh, another super chat. Thank you. Do you have a question or anything? Something told me I'm supposed to like answer super chat questions first or whatever. I don't really know how this all works. I'm relatively new to this. Okay, General Lee, that's maybe pushing it a little too far for a public forum here. Did I block there? Oh yeah, I got the right one. Okay, yeah. I came over from Josh, didn't know you had a channel. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of people who knew about me, but didn't know that I had a channel. So that's awesome that you guys are coming over. But what else? Yeah, so 4,000 subscribers. And you know, I think that makes a lot of people, especially around here, jealous because I don't know if that's something that they would want. Like, there's not YouTubers around here, you know what I mean? Like, that's just never, well, I mean, I guess some kids maybe have a YouTube channel with like 4 subscribers or something, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know anybody around here. Like, I'd say me and my brother are probably the biggest YouTubers within like a 100-mile radius or something. I don't really know. Like, But yeah, I think that makes people around here jealous because, well, I don't really know. Maybe they just think it's dumb and they honestly think it's a waste of time, but that's something that I've been hearing is that people around here think that me doing YouTube is a waste of time. And but I don't like it kind of pissed me off a little bit because like this channel wasn't intended for people in Kerrobert anyways. It was intended for me to help strangers and just put my cool ideas out there and kind of share some of my what little knowledge I have. What's your brother's YouTube channel name? Prairie Dunker, just spelt like that. And also, he does like some motivational stuff, like, I don't know how to describe it, like, kind of self help, I guess you could call it. Like, basketball, that's where the Prairie Dunker comes from because it's like basketball related too. But a lot of just kind of like motivational self help. Like, he does podcasts and he's going to have me on the podcast. I'm going to be a guest, and we're just going to talk about like overcoming challenges and stuff like that, kind of dovetail that with the loss of my truck and all my tools. So, yeah, he's got like a lot of good tips for like staying positive and stuff like that. Like, I've taken like a lot of his tips through all this and like try and apply them to my life. So you should definitely go check out his channel. And does your brother live near you? Well, yeah, he's off at university right now, but how old are you and your brother? I'm 21 and my brother's 18. Like your dream or someone else will make you work for theirs. It's a good point. If I'm understanding that correctly, I don't really know. I'll have to think about that. Josh was very kind and spoke well of you, Austin. Yeah, Josh, he did a really nice live stream there for me. I really appreciated that. You guys, or whoever donated, his fans, whether they're mutual followers, they didn't have to do that by any means. Like, I mean, thank you for doing it because this piano, the couple I got this from, they actually had a house fire not that long ago and this piano survived. So I gave them $100 of that money. I would have given them everything, but that's all I had in cash because I can't get cash with all my credit cards and stuff burnt on the weekend when the banks aren't open. So that's what cash I had laying around. So I paid it forward in that regard. So yeah, what else can I say? Any other questions, or is it time to wrap this up? Yeah, we're going on in 144 minutes, so I better just wrap this up. So thank you for watching this live stream. Thank you for 4,000 subscribers. I never thought that I would ever achieve that, and the channel is just keeping growing, so who knows where it'll go. Check out my merch store if you're interested in any of the stuff with my logo on it, or I actually had a fan make up a logo for me, which is pretty nice. Like, I like the logo. And he told me I could use it on the shirts, and I said I don't want to use it without any compensation for you, but he insisted I can just use it. So I might add that logo to the shirts, and you can just choose. I might make like a fan art section in the store, and if anybody wants to design a logo and send it to me and just have it in the fan art section so you can display your work or whatever through me, that's just me brainstorming. I don't know, maybe that's just a dumb idea, but yeah, check out the merch store, order anything if you want. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, which you're probably not new if you're watching this. You've probably been following me for a while, or maybe you're new and have subscribed. And I see some more questions. Yes, my ancestors do come from Germany. Tischler means carpenter in English, yes. Yeah, I hope I get a good offer from insurance soon. But yeah, so check out my Instagram if you haven't already, at Austin_Tischler. I'll be posting lots of stuff over there, cool pictures, sneak peeks at videos, everything like that. Subscribe to my brother, Prairie Dunker, and see this podcast that he does with me, where I'm a guest on his podcast, and it'll just be a cordial discussion, talking about my truck, overcoming challenges and adversity, and everything like that. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support in this tough time. And yeah, so I'm new, came here from Josh's live. Yeah, thanks everybody for subscribing from Josh. And I know Alex mentioned me on his live stream yesterday, so Josh or Alex, if you're watching, thank you all very much for your support and everything like that. And thanks to all my subscribers and all our mutual, because I know we are kind of like a group of YouTubers. Like, we were all involved in the Potter's House, so a lot of our subscribers are all connected, so, and follow all three of our channels. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna leave it here. If I can figure out how to shut the camera off, I don't see an off button. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on probably, well, you'll see me on my brother's podcast, which will probably be out before Friday, but my next video will probably be Friday. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.